Hello, welcome to Torah Scribe. My name is Eibud. This is the 5th video so far. In this video we're going to talk about working out the skin for writing Sefer Torah Tefillin mezuzahs on it, and we're going to talk about making klaff for writing tefillin. So originally the way they would work out the klaff is once they would get the hairs off of the skin. The next step would be to work out the skin once the hairs were removed. They would take the skin, they would soak it in tannic acid. The tannic acid would change the skin and toughen it up and make it contract until it became a piece of leather that you could write on. Now, at some point in history that changed, and we started soaking the skin instead of in tannic acid. We soaked it in limestone, in chalk. Now, according to the Rambam, this doesn't work. The Rambam says you have to use tannic acid to work out the skin. But then Rabbeinu Tam comes and he says, no, according to Rabbeinu Tam, you could also soak it in chalk, and that also works out the skin, even though it doesn't really change the skin, it just preserves it. But since it preserves it enough that now the skin becomes fit for writing ksivatama on it, for writing a beautiful ksav on it that's going to last, so that works too, and that's the minute we rely on the time today that we soak these skins in limestone, in chalk. That's the way we work it out, and that makes it fit for ksivatama, and that's kosher for working out the skin. Now there's another din that tefillin has to be written on klaff. Originally, the way they made klaff was they took the leather that they worked out, and they would split the leather into two sheets. The sheet that's closer to the flesh of the animal was called a cystis, and the outer sheet was called klaff. Now today we don't do that. The Shulchan Aruch explains we have a different way of doing it today. Instead of splitting the skin into two sheets, you would sand down the skin on the inner part and sand it down so much that you get rid of all the cystis until the only thing that would be left would be the klaff. And that's how you would make klaff to write tefillin on. Now today we don't do that. Today we don't remove all of the cystis. Perhaps we don't even remove most of the cystis. We just sand it down a little bit, and we remove some of the cystis. What we're relying on is the fact that we sand it down a little bit to show that we're getting rid of some of the cystis. We remove enough of the cystis that now the skin becomes fit for writing ksivatama on, like klaff, and therefore it has a din of klaff. So thank you for listening, and feel free to ask any questions you might have on the halachos that we're learning, and I'll see you next time.